Hey y'all, welcome to or welcome back to our very bookish channel. My name's Amanda. Jenna and I run this channel together and we love to read and talk about books. So if that's something you're interested in, then just go ahead and click that subscribe button. In this video, in case you didn't see the title or the thumbnail, we're going to be reading Seraphina Nova Glass, and I, for one, am super excited. I am in a mood. I am in such a mood for a fast, grippy, twisty-turny, I can't put down thriller. And Jen has read Seraphina Nova Glass in the past. She's done arc review on at least one of her books, and I will link them in the description below so y'all can check those out if you want. But I've never read Seraphina Nova Glass, and I am really excited because, one, like I said, I'm in the mood to read a nice twisty-turny thriller, and for two, Jen and I have very similar taste in thrillers. We generally agree on our thrillers, so the fact that Jen really likes Seraphina Nova Glass is a very good indicator that I'm also gonna like her. And the first book we're gonna be reading in this vlog is The Swamps, and this is the shorter of the books. This book also came out in January, so it is available right now. The second book we're gonna be reading is Too Close to Home, and this book does not come out until April, and it is currently the beginning of March when I'm filming this, so it is not out yet, but it will be out soon. So again, if this is a book you're interested in, you're not gonna have to wait too long. So I'm real excited. I just want to jump into it. I have some time to read now, so I'm just gonna get started on The Swamps. It's supposed to be a shorter book, so hopefully it won't take me too long to read. I'm really hoping I can get it finished either today or tomorrow. I do have a lot of things going on later in the day, but I have time this morning, so we're just gonna jump right into it.
I am officially ready to start the Seraphina Nova Glass vlog that we're doing. Amanda, she said recently she hadn't read any Seraphina Nova Glass, which surprised me. I don't know why I thought she had read some, but we are doing 2 books in this vlog because Seraphina Nova Glass, who is the author, had one come out in January, and now she has one coming out in April. I believe it's April 12th, but let me check real quick. I was close, April 14th. So The Swamps is a shorter, I would say, novella that came out at the end of January. I did have the electronic arc for that, but I am going to do audio just because it's easier, and I didn't want to have to buy it. The electronic arc, I didn't download it, and I think sometimes even when I get them on Edelweiss, they don't let me access them after the publication date sometimes, and I'm not sure if I'm just doing something wrong or I don't know, but I don't have it, so I am getting it. I already have it borrowed from Hoopla. And Too Close to Home, I have as an electronic arc from Edelweiss, and I am excited because that one sounds like a typical domestic thriller, psychological thriller, so I am definitely looking forward to it. But I am going to start listening to The Swamps first because I do need a break from the tablet. I am going to be starting Dig by J.H. Markert, which we're doing as a dual arc review, but because I need a little break from the tablet, I am going to listen to The Swamps, and then I'm also gonna do a physical arc that I'm not actually going to be doing anything with in terms of arc review because it comes out before I get a chance to read it. I mean, if I get it read and it's very close to the date, I might consider doing an arc review, but it doesn't seem worth it after it's already out to do an arc review. I guess I can just call it book review. I don't know. And that one is, I'm forgetting the name of it and it's not near me, but I will show you while I'm doing this vlog. I actually wanted today to go to a little free library that is near me. I remembered one that I had gone to when we were doing a vlog last summer, and it had some pretty decent books in it, but I didn't have a book with me for one because I wouldn't feel right just taking a book out of the little free library. I always want to put something in it. The second reason is there were a lot of storms today, And I feel like it wasn't the best day to go do that. I'm going to check the weather for tomorrow. I know it's going to be warm. I don't know if it's going to rain, but I will take you along with me to the Little Free Library. And the one I'm thinking of is actually by a Second and Charles and a Trader Joe's and a TJ Maxx, which that is a really dangerous trifecta for me spending money, but I am probably also going to go there. So I was thinking of taking you guys with me. Anyway, I am going to start the swamps, and when I go tomorrow, I will let you guys know some thoughts about the swamps. It's not gonna take me long to get through that one. I think it's 8 hours audio time if you leave it at 1 speed, and I tend to do like 1.5 speed, so it'll go a little faster than that. And I should mention, because I didn't, but I have read several by Seraphina Nova Glass. I haven't loved all of hers. There was one last year that just was an all right book from her. But there were 2 other ones I really loved, one of which I did an ARC review, and that was The Vacancy in Room 10, I think it's called, or something like that. I can put it on the screen so you can see, but that one I really enjoyed. And there's just something about her writing that she has become an auto-approve author for me, that if I see her name, I'm definitely going to pick it up and try it out. Hopefully these 2 turn out really good, and hopefully Amanda ends up being a fan of hers as well. I have a feeling I'm going to like Too Close to Home a lot, but trying not to get my hopes up too much. I will see you guys tomorrow as we go to a Little Free Library, and I will let you guys know some thoughts on the swamps.
You guys, look at this little drawing. I don't know. I'm just such a sucker for those details in the books. Like, I don't know if, I mean, there's nothing like extremely dramatic or special about that, but I just find those little touches so interesting when they're added to the books. I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys agree? Do you find these little images and details in the books fun, or do you just like not care? Is it just me? First sentence, by the way. The cypress trees look like finger bones with the flesh stripped off. And the fog feels alive, electric with something. Maybe just the ear-ringing buzz of insects in the swamps, but something else too. Something unsettling and eerie. Woo! Way to set a vibe. Y'all, this book is starting out. It feels like a horror book. Like, is this a horror book or a thriller? I just assumed it was a thriller because I know that Seraphina Nova Glass writes thrillers, but like, I don't know. This is starting out real creepy. I'm really kind of liking it.
It is such a gorgeous day out today, a perfect day to visit Little Free Libraries, which I had told you I was planning on today. I have gotten through 30% of the swamps because it's not that long, so it's only a few chapters in, and there's a lot going on. I forgot I had read the description about what it's about, and I know I didn't tell you guys, and I don't know if Amanda explains it when she is recording, but it's about 4 different people going to the swamps in Louisiana, and they have a YouTube channel. 2 of them are like the hosts, and the other 2 are like the support people for recording and in charge of sound, the background stuff. So you already see a like kind of a dynamic between those 4, because you're hearing from Macy, who is the host, and then I'm forgetting the girl's name who's like background, but she already seems kind of irritated, like she feels she should be in front of the screen. You already have a lot of weird things going on because they are investigating disappearances of 2 women in the swamps. You learn that their channel has been struggling. They've been trying to find an audience, and ghosts seem to be what their audience likes. So I'm not entirely sure why they are focusing on disappearances of girls, but maybe they think if those girls are murdered or killed, they would find the ghosts. I'm not sure. So a couple really crazy scenes have happened. There's one involving a little girl and a drill that I think was kind of crazy. But I am amused by this story so far. I'm definitely invested and want to see what's going on and what happens. I was looking at the Little Free Library map, and something weird was on the map right near the one that I wanted to go back to, and it's called Frankenstein's Castle. I didn't know that existed here. It looks like it's closed, so I would only be able to look at it from the outside. So if I am able to, I'm gonna stop by there and show you guys that. And I'll tell you a little more about it, what I read about it once I'm there, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get to it. So I will see you guys shortly.
Hey y'all. Okay, I have some updates for you. Unfortunately, it's not a reading update. I did start this book and I think I read the first chapter or so, and I'm interested in the book, but I have not had a lot of time to do some reading. Over the weekend, we had some really heavy storms. Like, I wouldn't say, well, not rain heavy, but very windy, very, very windy. I think there were some tornado warnings even around my area, and the heavy wind blew some shingles off my roof. And one of my shutters on the front of my house is also loosened because of the wind. So I had to get a roofing company out here to give me a quote to replace the shingles on my roof. We've had to take care of that. We also went furniture shopping this past weekend. We have been looking at couches for my living room for a very long, I wouldn't say very long time, but at least a couple of weeks. It feels like a long time because we've gone to so many different places, and we finally have decided on a couch, and we went this weekend and ordered that. So that is very exciting. We also ordered a new dining room table. Also, another update on the house is we got our laundry room remodeled. So I did do some videos before the laundry room remodel, and then I did kind of in the middle, and then after the laundry room remodel, we did hire some contractors to do the laundry room remodel because we had to replace some floorboards, like not the flooring necessarily, but underneath the flooring, the actual boards on the floor, because there was some damage to those that we found after we moved in. That was also very interesting for me because I've never actually hired contractors to do work on my homes. The last home that I lived in that we owned, we fixed up ourselves. We had, or my family helped fix it up. You know, we did tile, we put some new flooring down, we did lots of painting and some renovating in the bathroom, that kind of thing. But it was just the lighter surface stuff. It wasn't actually like ripping up floorboards and parts of the house. So we did feel more comfortable hiring someone to do that. And it's not completely done yet. I still have a lot of my own work to do in the laundry room. Also, I want to show you guys, you know, we love ARCs on this channel. We actually just did a whole vlog on ARCs, and I had so much fun reading those ARCs that I think I'm going to ask Jen if she wants to do another one. We're really busy right now, and we have some vlogs planned that we haven't even done yet. So it's going to be a little while, maybe a couple of months, but I think in a couple of months, I'm going to see, once we get all these vlogs that we already have planned done, we do another vlog of ARCs. But let me know if you guys have any ARCs that you're interested in, or if you think we should do another one, because I felt like that vlog was really fun. But the reason I brought up ARCs is I got this really cool one in the mail. It's called Puzzles and Perils. They're Crystal Quest. And this is kind of like, have you guys seen those Myrtle books in the Barnes and Nobles? I've seen those, and those are interesting. It's kind of like a story, but when you're going through the story, you're also solving puzzles. It's very interactive, and it sounds like so fun. So I just wanted to show this ARC to you guys. The description says, join Meralda and Oren, two ordinary orphans from the village of Humblewick, as they embark upon a perilous quest. A mysterious stranger, the wizard Morgam, has enlisted them to reclaim the Crystal of Denvar from the ancient sorcerer Nefarian and save the kingdom from eternal darkness. As you journey with these heroes, you'll solve 100 fantastical puzzles that are woven directly into the narrative. You'll decipher hidden symbols, uncover secret roots, and crack intricate logic puzzles, all while helping Meralda and Oren navigate treacherous landscapes, outsmart cunning foes, and confront their destiny. So this sounded very different, very fun. I don't think I'll be able to like do a vlog on this or anything, but I thought this would be super fun to show you guys, and I haven't done a book like this before, so I'm kind of interested to see like how good the story is and how the puzzles are. Each puzzle looks a little different. So here's chapter 1, and the first puzzle looks like that. But if you scroll through the books, you know, like there's a different puzzle. So they're all just very different, and I think that sounds very fun and could be very entertaining. As far as The Swamps goes, I am going to restart the book. It's been probably 5 or 6 days since I read the beginning, and although I remember a lot of it, I feel like I didn't get very far. So I just want to restart fresh and try to get back into the book.
All right, so that is Frankenstein's castle up there. I don't know if I want to hike up all the way up there. There isn't an easy way to get to it from the road. So I am in the park. It's called Hills and Dales Park. And there's definitely people up there, kids playing around up there. So the story about it is that it was closed in the 1960s, and I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look again to see why it was built or the origin of it. But in the 60s it was closed because there was a couple up there and lightning hit it and the woman had died, and she's actually buried, it said, near here. So it seemed really creepy, but it's a really sunny day, so obviously it's not really creepy at the moment. But I don't know if I want to hike all the way up there just to see it, especially with all the families around, because it's a Sunday and people are definitely out in the park. Very interesting. I can imagine it would be creepy around Halloween. I picked The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I haven't read Christina Lauren yet, but I have wanted to, so I thought at least I pick something out of the two that I had gone to. I've been listening in the car to The Swamps, and more is happening. More than halfway through it. I may end up actually finishing it today, but I will check in with you guys later and let you know.
Morning. I am about 30% of the way in the swamps. They have some fun things to do today. I'm going to be going some places looking for new curtains in my house and curtain rods. We still just have the curtains and curtain rods that the old people left. And also there's a Barnes in the area, so if I have time, I'm also going to stop at the Barnes and just browse. I have nothing in particular I want to get, but I do want to just browse around. All right, it's been a minute since I filmed. I went to Sam's Club just to get basic, bread and eggs, groceries, so nothing really fun there. And I went to TJ Maxx. I just came out of TJ Maxx, and I didn't film anything because they didn't have any curtains. I'm looking for curtains, and they just didn't have any in there. So we're gonna try a home goods store and see what we can find. So I did find curtains at Home Goods. I did not find any curtains that I wanted. I don't know why it's so hard to find curtains. I just need like 84-inch white curtains that black out and that have just a little bit of texture. Like, I like the linen texture type curtains. I don't want them just sleek straight white, but I need some kind of like little texture or pattern or something, but I want them mostly white. And you would think that wouldn't be too hard to find, but it is. And like, I found some curtains in there that I liked, but they only had 2 sets of 2 panels. So that's only 4 panels, and I need 10 panels. So still gonna keep looking. I also tried to look online to see if I could order the curtains, more sets of the curtains from Home Goods online, but Home Goods doesn't have like an online ordering thing. Like, they have a website where you can find a store. You can shop online at like TJ Maxx or one of their other stores, but you can't shop from Home Goods. So I don't know. I don't know why or what's going on with that. So I'm just gonna keep looking. I did buy some other things though that I want to show you because they are so cute. They had a lot of really cute things in that store. They had really cute candle warmers, which I do want to buy a candle warmer. Not right now, but I do want to get a candle warmer once I find a desk or a table or a stand or something to put next to my couch. I want to put a candle warmer on it. So I do want one eventually, but I need to find a table first that will fit in the area and go with my couch. So looking forward to that, but I can only do like little at a time. I can't just go crazy and buy everything I need for the house at once. So I'm trying to pace myself, but I do really, really need and want curtains very soon. I think I do have some time. What time is it? It's almost 1. Yeah, I have some time. I'm gonna run to Barnes & Noble and browse and maybe do a little bit of reading in there, and then follow up with you all later and show you what I got at Home Goods.
I'm already done with the swamps because I had to come home and work on laundry, which you can see piled up in the back. Other cleaning. So I had been listening with my headphones and I'm done. I thought it was interesting. I don't feel, it's definitely not a 5-star book. And I would give it like a 3.5 star, rounded up to 4, since Goodreads doesn't do half stars. I still was interested. It still, to me, was a good story. I felt like it was good pacing. I didn't feel like it was too short or too long. It just wasn't very surprising as to what happens. There were a few things that were, you know, mildly surprising, but that's about it. So I'm not going to be starting too close to home right away. I'm actually going to be reading Dig by J.H. Markert first, since we're doing an ARC review, but I am taking a break from the tablet, and I'll be back once I start too close to home.
Unfortunately, yesterday I did not get to go to Barnes. I got distracted by Lowe's because on my way to Barnes, I saw a Lowe's, and then I remembered that I was supposed to go to Lowe's to look for some floor molding that we want to put down in our house. And I found it online at Lowe's, so I thought they would have it at the store, but spoiler alert, they did not. It was a waste of time. However, well, I can't say a waste of time because I did find curtains. I was not able to find curtains at Home Goods, but I did find curtains at Lowe's, surprisingly. So if you're looking for curtains, Lowe's might be a place to go. They had a lot of options, a lot of window treatments. That was the section that they were in, but there's like mini blinds and these little accordion window covers. They had all kinds of stuff at Lowe's. Like, I was really surprised. I haven't been to Lowe's in a while because there's not ever been one close to where I've lived. It's been like inconvenient to get to a Lowe's, but I saw one yesterday in the area I was in, so I decided to stop, and I was surprised. But anywho, I just want to show you all my Home Goods haul really quick. So I didn't find curtains, but I did find some other really cute things. The first 2 things are kind of boring. They're like home stuff. I got these washable floor mats. I cannot keep a rug in my house to save my life because of my dogs. They just ruin the rugs. I don't know what it is about rugs and dogs, but between the hair and the dog scratching them and whatever, they ruin the rugs, so we cannot keep rugs in our house. But these are washable, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to just wash these every couple of days, throw them in my washer, and they will stay. I'm not sure that's gonna work, but let me know if y'all have used those washable rugs and if they've lasted. The next thing I got was just some placemats for my dining room table. We did recently purchase a new dining room table. We really, really needed one. We've never had a brand new dining room table, so we did recently purchase one, and I just bought these mats, and I am really excited. They are really pretty. I don't know if you can tell, but they're mostly white, and then they have like a shiny white and a sort of tan color sewn through them. So really pretty placemats for my table. Now the cute things, the exciting stuff. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is a little teacup. Y'all, they had, and I know I got clips of it, but they had such cute teacups and mugs. Oh my gosh, it was like hard to resist. I wanted to buy them all, but I did get this really cute teacup, and it has A for Amanda, and it's hand painted. So I don't know if you can see all the flowers, but this was so springy, and I have been wanting to get some more teacups and mugs, and look how cute. I just couldn't resist the spring colors. The spring colors and the hand painting just got me. And I also got a coffee cup as well with some really cute flowers and ladybugs and bees. So cute. And this one has like a little sheen on the glass. You probably can't see it from the camera, but there is kind of like a little extra sheen on the glass, which makes that super cute. And then I got one more, and I've been wanting a really big coffee cup, and I found this one. Look how cute. Again, it's really springy. I was just like in a really cute springy mood, I guess, yesterday, but look at the colors are so gorgeous. And then it's flowers and books. I could not resist. I could not resist. And y'all, these cups were really good price. This cup, I think, was $5.99 or $6.99. I took the sticker off, so I won't be able to. But it was $6 or $7. And this one, I haven't taken the sticker off yet. This one was $10. And this one was $8. So, and that's a pretty good price, because I've been looking at big mugs like this for my coffee to, like, you know, hold and drink my coffee out of. And a lot of the times these big mugs are like $15 to $25 or even $30 that I've seen just at coffee shops or at other stores. And I've always been hesitant to buy them because I feel like that's a lot to spend on a coffee mug. But this one was only, like I said, $6 or $7. So I had to get it. I just thought that was cute and wanted to share my haul with y'all. Let me know what you think. And also, seriously, I really need to know if you guys have tried the washable rugs.
Hey guys, I'm back, and so is Grogu apparently. I'm in my spare bedroom doing laundry. I tend to do laundry in this room. And I wanted to talk about Too Close to Home. And the reason why I'm physically holding this, because I do have an electronic ARC. Sometimes books get released early, and some of them have what's called a strict on sale date, where no one can sell them before that date. And I think it tends to be more titles that are like Harry Potter and big releases. And nothing against Seraphina Nova Glass. She is not a huge release. It's not a Sarah Moss title. So I happened to see this at Barnes & Noble, and I am a fan of the physical book. So I bought the physical book, and I am going to read it this way and not the electronic ARC. I didn't tell Amanda yet, and I'm sure we're still going to do this vlog because we are still going to have time to release it near the official release date. And I want to introduce her to Seraphina Nova Glass anyway. I don't think it matters that it is already out in the world and we're not getting this vlog out before people can go get it. I just started it, and I'm only 2 chapters in. There's already what is described on the back of what happens is the first character you meet, her car blows up at a Labor Day get-together picnic, and you don't really have information as to what happened just yet. You just know that this happened, and there's not even, you can't even come up with a theory. It's 2 chapters in. No one is saying anything yet about even what could potentially be happening. So I will be back. I wanted to just show that I have it physically. I'll be back to give you guys thoughts after I have read some more.
I am DNFing the swamps for now. I might try to pick it back up after I read Too Close to Home, but I DNF the swamps. I started Too Close to Home. I'm 35% of the way into this book, and it has sucked me in. I'm like really interested in what's going on with these characters. In the beginning, it's really hard for me to keep these characters straight because they're very similar. You're following the point of view of 3 different women, and they're all mothers, and they all live in this fancy community, and they all have their own sort of drama or baggage going along in their storyline. The first POV is Reagan, and she is the prologue POV. There is a short prologue that's super interesting and fun to read. But Reagan is a single mom. Her husband is dead, and she used to be a teacher, but since her husband passed away, she has been just dealing with mental issues. She's on antidepressant medication, so a little bit unreliable narrator going on there. Did I say she used to be a teacher? I'm not sure, but she used to be a teacher. There is a scene where there is a part where it explains she flipped out on a kid, so she had to like kind of quit her job and cut back on the teaching and just focus on her kids. The next point of view is Sasha. Sasha is a mother of 2, and she is currently married to a very wealthy man whose family owns a frozen food line, or had a frozen food line and sold it. They made a lot of money off of selling this frozen food barbecue product, and then they took that money and invested and opened restaurants. So they own a chain of restaurants, and she has 2 kids, but her husband is not the kid's father, and I know nothing about the kid's father, where he is, where he came from, what happened to him. There's really not much information about that yet. And the third point of view, and my favorite point of view, is Andy. Andy is a divorced mother of 2. She has remarried, and her ex-husband is engaged. And her ex-husband lives in her same neighborhood. He specifically bought a house in that neighborhood so they could be close for the kids. But her ex-husband's fiance is just sort of picking on her and harassing her a little bit. She spies on her. She like goes to her house and spies and tries to take pictures of Andy in compromising positions so she can try to show the courts like, look, she's an unfit mom. You know, like it's stupid stuff. Like if there's like too much trash out, you know, next to her trash cans, or just little things like that. Just very nitpicky, and it's really getting on Andy's nerves. And that's the storyline there. There is one more thing that happens that I want to talk about, but I don't know if it would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to talk about it. But it's a very big plot point for Andy's point of view that I'm just really enjoying. Needless to say, I'm having a much better time reading Too Close to Home, and I'm going to try to get a lot more of the book read. I'm hoping to get at least another third of the book read, so I'm hoping to get to like 60-70% of the book read today, if not finish it. I really want to finish it, but I don't know if I'll have time today, so I'm going to continue reading when I get a chance, and then I will follow up with you all with some more updates.
I kept wanting to stop and record because so much is happening in this book. I feel like as soon as something kind of shocking happens, I want to record, but I also want to keep reading. And so I haven't stopped, obviously, to record. There's a lot happening and a lot of activity. I don't know if I would say plot twists, but information that kind of makes you pause and wonder where it's going. And it's hard for me to say exactly what, because I want to say, and I always have that same struggle where I don't also want to give away plot bits that people don't want and plot spoilers. So I'm not sure what I should say. You don't know yet. Is that a plot spoiler? I hate that. I hate when I don't know what I should say or not. I'm gonna keep it general. I don't have much left to go. I'm definitely like past 50% of this book. I probably won't record again until I am done and give you guys final thoughts. But there's just a lot going on, and there are things I want to know in terms of resolution, I guess you would call it, of one particular plot point. And there's another plot point I didn't expect to happen, and it has now carried on through the book, of one of the 3 women that you see from. She is handling something that happened unexpectedly and accidentally, and it's very nerve-wracking to see her handle what happened, is the best way for me to put that. So I will be back with thoughts after I finish, and maybe I'll think of a way to talk more about details of this book.
Here's the situation. I am 55% of the way in to Too Close to Home, and I'm currently at Lowe's. I'm feeling so lazy today. I did not want to come to Lowe's. I just wanted to lay at home in my pajamas and finish this book. But there's something about me where if I have something I have to do, and I don't do it, it like just weighs on my brain. Even if it's something stupid, simple. Like I got 2 different curtains from Lowe's and I brought them home and I hung them both to see which ones I liked best. And my husband and I picked one that we're keeping, and then I'm returning the other one. It's something so stupid as that. But if I don't get that curtain returned, I think about it until it drives me nuts, until I just get it returned. Like it's something so simple as that, but I have to do it. So I'm driving out to Lowe's, I'm returning the curtains. I'm not gonna vlog that because boring. But then I have to run across the street to Sam's Club and get bread, because while I'm over here I might as well run to the Sam's Club so I don't have to make another trip out to Sam's Club in like a day or two just to get some bread and stuff. And I think I mentioned last time I was here about going to the Barnes, but I ran out of time and didn't get to go, so I do want to go today, and I want to just kind of browse and see like all the new books that are out. I'm not planning on buying anything. I've really been very good about not buying new books because I have so many physical books that I need to read, and so many electronic arcs that I need to read, and just there's so many in my TBR jar that I need to read, and I just like, I'm feeling overwhelmed with all the books. Also, I don't have my library organized at my home yet, and that's looking like it's gonna be longer and longer and longer drawn out because I have so many more things I need to take care of in that house before getting my library set up. So overwhelmed, but I do want to go and browse, and I do this fun little thing where and my husband does not understand this. I tried to explain this to him, but he's not a reader, and I was trying to explain to him like how I can spend so much time in a bookstore. But I like to do this thing where I will get a couple of books that seem interesting to me, and by interesting I mean like the covers catch me, or it's like a new book by an author that I've liked in the past, something like that. I'll just see a book and it'll draw my interest, and I will pick it up, and I get a little pile of them, and I like to read the first chapter or two, and then I'll buy the books that I like. And I'm not really planning on buying any books, but I thought it would be fun to just kind of window shop like that. Like let's just see what books draw my attention, and let's see what books, like after the first chapter, I'm more interested in continuing. I thought that would be kind of cool. But first things first, we are going to run into the Lowe's and return my curtain. So that was really fun. I actually haven't just browsed a bookstore in a really long time, so that was really fun. Just look at the books and pick some books that I thought I would be interested in and read a little bit in the beginning. The book, I don't know, like it's hard to tell what book I liked or was most interested in reading the most because the books were all so very different. The very first book I picked up, I can't remember the name of it, but the very first book I picked up, like I didn't really like that book. It was kind of hard to follow. The writing was, it felt kind of chunky. The writing felt kind of chunky and it was really hard to follow. But the other books were all like really good. A Stage Set for Villains. I heard so many good things about that book, and I can see why just by reading the beginning. It just kind of sucks you right in. It's a very different world, and the beginning is pretty dramatic. So I can kind of see why so many people are liking that book. And then A Daughter of No Worlds by Mark Lawrence. That book has been on my radar for so long. And the first couple, I think there was like a short prologue and then the first chapter, really good. I'm really interested in reading that one at some point. I'm not really in the mood for it now, but at some point I really do want to read that book. And then King Sorrow by Joe Hill. That book, the beginning was started off so different than I was expecting that book to be, but I don't know, his books feel very similar writing style, obviously, to Stephen King, because Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. So the books are very similar. And I have actually heard that that book kind of parallels it as far as like the themes and the vibes. So that was really interesting. And I was really enjoying the beginning of that book. And it was starting off like way different than I expected. So that was a pleasant surprise. And King of Ashes by S.A. Crosby. I've heard really good things about that author. He writes sort of like the gritty detective type novels that I love, sort of in the veins of maybe a Karen Slaughter type book. And I'm just not exactly in the mood for a super serious dark book right now. But the beginning of that book was like really a punch in the gut too. Like in the very beginning, you just get this little like shock, and you know, something very dramatic happens. And I wasn't really expecting that book either to start off the way that it did. But those 4 books seemed to be like really interesting to me. But I actually didn't end up buying any. I still have so many books that I already own that I need to read, and I actually have Daughter of No World in my tablet, so I need to read. I can read that one on my Kobo if I want. But I do want to get home and get comfy and get back to reading Too Close to Home, because I really want to finish that book today. It's not very long. It's really easy to read, and I feel like I just need to finish it because I'm getting sucked in, and you know, you're getting more and more layers, you're uncovering more and more secrets, the plot is thickening, and I want to figure out what's going on. I don't really have any ideas or any theories. I do have one little theory about Reagan's husband, but I wouldn't even call it a theory. It's just more of like an idea I have around his situation. But I'm just sort of along the ride for this book. I'm not really trying to actively guess what's going on. I'm just trying to watch this train wreck unfold and be entertained. So I'm really excited to get back to that. So I'm gonna head back home and follow up with y'all in a little bit. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go.
Welcome back. I am here because I finished Too Close to Home, and I have a lot of thoughts on it that I'm gonna share. I do have my window open right now because it is such a like cooler, nice day, and it's very windy out. So I'm hoping I don't regret that decision, depending on how it affects the video. I felt like there was a lot of action at the end. There was a lot going on, very fast paced, which if you're a thriller reader, I feel like for the most part, you really like having fast paced thrillers. At least I do. The people I talk to usually do. And there was something that kept bothering me with this, and I couldn't put my finger on it at first. And I think it's a problem I've mentioned in the past with other books, especially I think thrillers is mostly where I feel this, where it just feels too contrived. It feels like it really is written book. And I know that sounds weird because obviously, but you usually want to get lost in a story. And I feel like what I kept running into was I just felt like things were landing too much in place, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel right or feel good in the story. Now, there was a lot going in, so I felt like it wasn't the whole time. It was like in and out. So it wasn't, I didn't feel like that the whole entire book, but there were certain moments where I felt like it's almost too coincidental that something happens. And I don't know, it's bugging me. I was trying not to get bugged about it, but I would come back to it and get lost in the story. And I definitely wanted to keep coming back to the story to see what happened. I wanted to see how it all turned out, who was doing certain things. And you do find out answers. You get, I feel, satisfying conclusions to things that are going on. And that always feels good. But I think part of the problem, and I feel like I've talked about this before, is that once you've read so many different thrillers, you tend to know a lot of the common, I don't know if you guys can hear the dog, but there's a dog barking outside. It's just a dog walker. Anyway, I feel like once you've read so many, you start to pick up the same types of things and you end up needing something new, at least I do, needing something new to get your interest, and I can't tell if it's the writing or if it's just maybe I keep reading the same kind of type of story or same tropes. I don't know. I mean, I usually love domestic thrillers because I love seeing like everyday life and all of a sudden something crazy happens and how does everyone react to it, and trying to figure out what happened along with the narrator. There were 3 point of views, and I do like switching point of views, even though sometimes it get frustrating because you end one point of view and you want to know what happened, and it purposefully puts you into this new point of view to almost stretch that feeling of wanting to know what's going to happen. So I guess I have like a love-hate relationship with thrillers right now because I think I just sometimes want something new to grab my attention, a different spin on something that I typically like, because you don't want to read the same book again and again and again. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I think it is a solid book because it wasn't like I was bored or I just felt like I couldn't get over that contrived feeling. I'm hoping that Amanda did enjoy it. We texted a little bit about it, and I think she did enjoy this one more than The Swamps. And what's funny is when I read The Swamps, I think because it's a little different, I feel like I enjoyed that one more. And she told me her reaction to it, which if you're at my point and you haven't seen her yet, I'm not going to spoil how she feels about it, but it's funny that her reaction versus my reaction to these 2 books. And I think with that one, it was better than a typical short story for me. I felt like you did get some satisfaction. And I also feel like there was a question mark at the end of that one that I appreciated. And I thought it was like a different type of storyline, and I think that's why I appreciated that book. I still will read Seraphina Nova Glass. I don't feel I would avoid hers, though the one I read last year, I also felt like kind of blah about it. It went for different reasons, and that one I think I gave a 3-star to. But that one was not, in my opinion, fast-paced. That one just felt like it was lacking kind of energy. And this one, I feel like had lots of energy. It just ended up being something that I feel I've read. So it wasn't grabbing my full attention. And I felt like it was just too, everything in its place. Like things were written to make sure that certain things happened. And every time I say that, I feel like it doesn't make sense because that's what books are. But I feel like there's some stories, the way they're written, and I hope everyone understands what I'm saying, is that you fall into that story and you feel like someone was writing from their own experience and it wasn't just made up to fit a story. And I don't know. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, I still enjoyed The Swamps a lot, and I am still a fan of Seraphina Nova Glass. I hope that Amanda is now wanting to read more of Seraphina Nova Glass.
All right, y'all. Things have not gone to plan. I am so far behind. I've just been really stressed out the last couple of weeks. I worked really hard to get my den painted. You can see it's not like that dusty, crusty blue anymore. So I worked real hard to get my den painted before our couch got delivered because we got a new sectional for this space and we desperately needed a new couch. We've needed a new couch for a long time, but we were waiting until we moved so we could get one to fit our new house. So finally got that, but this was a lot of stress. It's a lot of work. It's just painting, but I had to paint the ceiling, which is really difficult for me. But I had to paint the ceiling. We had to patch holes in the wall. We had to take the curtains down and patch them up so we could place them in a new place. And I mean, it was just a lot of work. So we had that. We had a really busy week before Easter, which includes that. And I think like with all of the stress and everything, I got a migraine yesterday, so I've been just laid out yesterday with a migraine, but feeling better today so far. I did take some medicine, so the medicine is working right now. Hopefully it continues to work, or I can take more later if I start feeling bad. But I really, really, really want to finish Too Close to Home today. Like, I've been saying that, it feels like every day, but it just seems like stuff just has come up and has just delayed me finishing this book. And it is a good book. It is keeping my attention, and I really am invested in the story and want to know what happens. So I'm going to sit here and try to finish this today. I am not much further than the last time I checked in, but I will just double check with you. I am 69% read in this book. So according to my Kobo, I read about 70% of the book. The last 30% shouldn't take me too long. I don't have anything super pressing that I have to do today, so I'm hoping that I can just kind of take a chill day a little bit and kind of recover from... All right, sorry about that. My camera got full and quit recording, but like I was just wrapping up, I'm just going to try to sit here. It is a rainy day, which I absolutely love. It's very calming, and I'm just going to try to relax and finish up this book and then follow up with you all with some final thoughts. You guys, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Can you guys hear the rain? It's really coming down now. And just like that, the pieces are all starting to come together. You guys, if what I think is happening is actually happening, it's a little bit shocking that this person would put children in danger. Like, I mean, it's not shocking what's happening per se, but it's shocking that this person is doing what they're doing, I guess I should say. Like, that's what's kind of like, and I don't even know if this is right. It's probably not even right, but the pieces are starting to come together, and I'm starting to jump to conclusions, which is dangerous, but I'm feeling kind of like shocked a little bit, and just the fact that it's this person. Not what it is, but it's that it's this person that could be doing it. All right. So yeah, let's just finish this up because now I'm like super invested. I know soon, I am expecting a delivery today because we bought a really big umbrella for my deck and my husband got a new grill. So I'm expecting a kind of big delivery, and I know like I'm going to get into this book and be reading, and right before the end, the delivery guys are going to show up to deliver our stuff. But let's just keep reading. Hopefully I can get through this book before they get here. My gosh, this can't really be happening. Oh my gosh. Oh. That was intense. It was only like half a page long, but wow, I was really nervous for a second. All right. I am almost done with the book. I have 20-ish pages left, but I don't know how much of that is just this, the extra stuff they put at the back of the book. But wow, this was a kind of crazy ending. I feel like this whole book was interesting, but it was going at like just a nice, steady kind of pace, and then the ending has just flown by like that. Wow, okay. I'm just going to read the last couple of pages, and then I will follow up with my final rating and final thoughts. Ooh, that ending was good. I just finished this book, so I haven't really had time to really think about it, but I don't think I need to with this book. This book was a solid 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. For me, 3 stars and above, obviously, and above, I would recommend. If it's a 3-star book, then it's a book that I would recommend. I've been kind of lately, for some reason, a little more picky about my star ratings on Goodreads. I'm gonna round this up to 4 stars. I usually round up on Goodreads, but it's really like when I think of my other 4-star reads, I don't think it was necessarily as epic to me as some of my 4-star thrillers, like some of the Frida McFadden thrillers that I have read and loved, and given 4 stars to. But this book was really good. It did entertain me a lot. It did help me get more interested in reading. I was much more invested in the story after the swamps. The swamps kind of had me a little down, if I'm being honest, which is why I decided to softy and F it at the time. And the more the time has gone on and I read this book, which was, in my opinion, much more entertaining and better for me than the swamps, I don't think I'm gonna go back to finish that. Plus, I feel like this vlog is very long as it is, so I don't want to make this vlog any longer or extend it longer than I have to, and I just don't know if I'm gonna like the swamps. It kills me because it's such a short book. I should just be able to read it, but at the same time, like, why force myself to read it, you know? So I'm just gonna DNF it permanently. It's permanently DNF'd, but Seraphina Nova Glass definitely made up for it with Too Close to Home. I just thought this book was great. There were things I didn't see coming. There were things I did see coming. There was a very intense ending, which I love, and there is an epilogue, but the epilogue was very entertaining. Let's just say that. The epilogue was I said entertaining like way too many times. The epilogue was very fast paced and did get my attention and did keep me entertained to the end. I don't mind epilogues when they end the way this one did. I just don't like the epilogues that seem to just drag the story out further and just say things in them that you can imagine would happen. Like, you know, they live happily ever after. That's all I need. I don't need a detailed explanation of what happily ever after means. Does that make sense? This book does not do that. This book is very exciting all the way to the very end. So very good ending. And I just really enjoyed the book. I do want to read some of her backlist now. I know Jen has read a few of her books, so I'm going to have to chat with Jen and see which of her books is the favorite of hers and maybe read that one. But for now, I'm just going to be looking forward to the next thriller that we're vlogging. I will see you in that one.
I hope you enjoyed watching us read them and everything that we have in this vlog. Thank you for watching, and until next time.